What's going on YouTube? Zapp here and welcome to episode 12 of the Zapp Talk series. Have a lot of questions and unfortunately in Zapp Talks 11 there was a lot of bickering in the comments section of that video, so I kind of have to sift through these. I don't have the questions written down or anything. I'm literally reading them straight from the comment section, so if it takes me a minute to get from one question to the next, don't mind it. It's just, I got to go through a mess of comments that don't even have anything to do with the Zapp Talk series. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into some of these questions. This first one comes from Jacoby Bryan. He asked, "What is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card of all time? Doesn't matter what type." I've always liked the Celtic Guardian, just because he reminded me a lot of Link from the Legend of Zelda series. But I grew more attached to the obnoxious Celtic Guardian as my favorite solitary card, and then later on afterwards I just enjoyed the Amazon cards. I love the Amazons, so obnoxious Celtic Guardian and Amazons, so those are my favorites, definitely. This one comes from Illyrian Horizon. He asks, "What gaming franchise do you feel is in desperate need of a reboot?" I wouldn't necessarily say in desperate need of a reboot, but I think one game that a lot of people really do want to see make a comeback is Crash Bandicoot. Not no Crash Team Racing or anything like that. No spin-off. Just like a legit Crash Bandicoot game. And I'm hoping that we get some sort of like hint at that, this year at E3, that Crash is coming back. So yeah, man, I'm really hoping to see Crash come back. Let's see. This one comes from David Lewis, and he asks, "Hey Zapp, I started using Raven. Any tips?" It's the same thing I tell everyone, man. Just practice. Go into training mode, find out what works and what doesn't work. Find out what moves you can punish and which moves you can't punish. And just takes practice, man. That's all I gotta say. You won't get better with Raven playing against really bad players. I'll tell you that much. So if you can, find someone who's on your level or higher than you as far as skill goes, and play against that person to get better and learn the game. This next one comes from Avenge Reaper, and he asks, "Do you plan on playing Outlast again? I liked it." Yes, I do. I just haven't really been playing much of my PlayStation 4 as of late. I've been playing most of my games on PC. I don't have Outlast on PC at the moment, so just haven't been playing it. But yes, one of the things I plan on doing first is finishing up Outlast and getting to the DLC that's actually coming out for Outlast pretty soon. So yeah, I do plan on finishing up Outlast, and then I will do the DLC. Let's see. This one comes from Thrashin Dio93. He asks, "Which video game character do you think you resemble personality-wise, and why?" I really don't know. I legit do not know. I can't even say. Video game character? Damn, that's a tough one. I have to probably take some time to think about it for a while, because I played so many games. But if anything, just by default, I say Sonic. Sonic, sarcastic hedgehog, doesn't really care much about anything else. Just wants to eat and run and sleep. That's it. That was my life in my youth, was just eating, running, and sleeping. So yeah, man, I'll probably go with Sonic on that regards. Let's see here. This one comes from S Enigma Productions. He asks, "What are your thoughts on the Twisted Metal series?" Here's the thing, I've never really been too big on Twisted Metal. The whole arena car shooting thing just wasn't for me. If I wanted to drive around and shoot people, I would play like Diddy Kong Racing or Mario Kart, something like that. I wouldn't, cause then I'd still be racing. If I wanted to play a shooter, I would play a shooter. And Twisted Metal for me just wasn't that. It just tried to combine the aspects of, a shooting game with racing, and not even necessarily racing, because you don't race in Twisted Metal. You just shoot each other in an arena while you're driving a vehicle. I don't know. I never really cared for Twisted Metal, so yeah. And he also asks, if you could return to any period slash era in gaming, would you? Absolutely. I would go back to uh, the Genesis and SNES period of gaming. Those were some of my favorite moments of gaming growing up, playing those games on those consoles. So yeah, I would go back there, but I wouldn't like stay there. You know, those times are definitely behind me now, but yeah, they still had some good games back then, and it was probably the best as far as quality that you would get in console gaming at the time. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this episode of the Zapp Talk series. Didn't really get a lot of questions. Oh wait, hold on. There's one more. I told you guys there's gonna be a whole lot of freaking stuff I had to go through. This last one comes from Trent Stacy. He asks, "What are your thoughts on rage quitters and injustice in fighting games in general? And how do you think game developers can stop these people? Do you think removing the option to quit online matches entirely will do the job?" My thoughts on rage quitters online, especially in fighting games, is there should be some sort of penalty that they should suffer from playing. You know, like if you quit a certain amount of times, then you should be barred from playing online for X amount of time. That's how I feel. Um, and I think you should also take a penalty because, you know, in some cases in Injustice, uh, if you rage quit, you'll take a loss, or sometimes you won't. You know, it's weird how the system is, and if you rage quit, sometimes your opponent will take a loss from it as well. Like, it doesn't really make too much sense to me. But overall, I think rage quitting is pretty annoying. I don't think people should be allowed to press start and then go into the menu and choose to quit the game. That doesn't make sense to me. And there has to be some sort of system in which you can monitor people pulling their Ethernet cables out as well. If people pull their Ethernet cables out, and sometimes it won't register as a loss or a rage quit. They'll count it as like some sort of connection issue or something like that. So, you know, it's a tricky thing dealing with online rage quitters, but yeah, there definitely needs to be something done about rage quitting, because in fighting games it's really annoying that you can't finish a match, you know. So, yeah, that definitely is a problem. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Zapp Talk series. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions that you would like for me to answer in the next episode, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will try to get to it in episode 13. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.